Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Goblin Ringleader podcast. And today we're going to be grinding some modern. I know Wednesday is usually the Pioneer Day, but you know what? I kind of love playing modern right now, and we need to get through this league. So I wanted to run through it. But before we get started, I also want to talk about something that happened today or a couple of days ago on Twitter that I saw. And yeah, I hate Twitter. It's a horrible place to be, but Magic Twitter is kind of cool when you get to see stuff like this. Let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, let's share the screen. All right. Love him or hate him, Sam Black made a post, and I really wanted to talk about this because I think that it's really important to talk about the current state of CDH. It's one of the EDH is the premier way to play Magic. They are Magic, Wizards has been encouraging Magic players to play more EDH. The environment has changed from a casual to a competitive format. Not everybody plays CDH, but those who do have come from the 60 card circuit, and now it's turned into something completely different. We have 11-hour finals. We have people intentionally creating board states where they can't lose. So then they can politic their way at the end of the match into trying to get your opponents to concede to you. It's just kind of insane. And I want to read Sam Black's post here because I think it's important to look at somebody who has come from the 60 card competitive world and transitioned into CDH and what it means for the game. Not just EDH, but what it means for the face of the game when we have things like this going on. I'm going to read the post and we're going to talk. Sam Black, Old Magic Pro, posted, designed a deck to maximize my chances of winning in untimed rounds in the top 16. Unfortunately, top 16 isn't untimed. It's just 3 hours. Then the highest remaining seat wins. I reached an unassailable position but ran out of time. I was too focused on the game rather than the tournament. I made the deal with player 2 that I wouldn't win before my next turn. I should have offered to renegotiate our deal with the outcome such that the outcome of a gamble would adjust our deal in a way that would allow one or the other of us to win instead of seat 1. I am aware this sounds very toxic. It is. Half of the top 16 games went to time. Ristic study has incentivized building decks that generate game states that can't naturally resolve in 3 hours. A lot of king-making style and games are unavoidable, but the specific situation where games regularly can't end is not a necessity, not necessarily a function of the format. It is because Ristic is legal. Again, this is not to say that the problems with CDH don't exist. I get it. I don't need to hear about it in the replies, but Ristic is a problem. And some of these comments are so good that I want to read them too. Ristic should be banned, no questions asked. But other than that, do you think CDH would be more competitive if politics were disabled? Can't ask for or give strategic advice to your opponents. My intuition tells me it would be faster and solve many issues, but probably less fun. Sam says, there are many ways to play non-political Magic if that's what you're looking for. It's okay to have a format for people who want to play a political game. And then somebody responded, and that's the main reason you can't possibly make CEDH a PT format. I'm confused by how common this reply is. Are you concerned anyone thinks that should be a PT format? And someone else said, so my question is, you built and played a deck that has the same strategy, makes a lot of Ristics or draw engines, correct? That is what Rog Ashai does, correct? Also, if Ristic needs to be banned, then how do you balance the turbo decks that everybody switches to? And then Sam says, well, you can play Deafening Silence. Stacks is much more viable if your opponents don't have endless cards to fight you. But then Stacks person replied, but then full Stacks leads to long games too, correct? I get it, but it's also playing a 2-hour game in semis that was long because of a route player pushing and then cards being put on the stack, etc. Stacks can also slow a game down to a grind too. I've played a lot of Stacks games, a lot of Ristic slop games. The Stacks games take much less time. Okay, but to your point, you built a Ristic slop deck, correct? That deck goal is to play Mystic, Ristic, and make copies to control the board and win by outvaluing your opponents. I think it's actually insane how slow these games have been, and it doesn't make any sense to try to argue that the problem is a specific card when the goal of the deck is to not try to win the game, and then if your opponent is able to stop you, you lose. It's to create a position where you can't lose, and then because you can't lose, you put yourself in a situation where you have to be able to communicate with your opponents why you can't lose and argue that they could lose, so then they potentially draw or concede to you or with you. It just doesn't make any sense at all how people can be playing for so much money, because that's the thing is, like, if this was casual it wouldn't matter, but these people are playing for so much money. And when everybody in the four-person pod is trying to play a game that naturally would resolve itself in more than 3 hours a game, it doesn't make any sense at all. I made this point earlier today in another one of these videos, but I wanted to say, if it's a 3 hour game and you play 6 rounds, 3 times 6 is 18. That's 18 hours. But then let's say you also factor in, the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. That's 9. That's 27 hours of Magic. What are you having a day two? How are you possibly getting this much Magic in? And 60 card formats, when they go to time, aren't even that long. And we play 9 rounds and then quarterfinals, semifinals, finals. It makes absolutely no sense that a Magic format could possibly take this long. And I wanted to talk about it. What do you think? Do you think CDH needs to be faster? Do you think that people are purposefully wasting time so that they could try to argue themselves into a position where they could win more consistently? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Now let's get into the MTGO modern league that we're playing. Just wanted to have that little talk about CDH real quick because, I, growing up, respected Sam Black. That was somebody who I watched some of his YouTube content. I saw him at SCGs and Star City game events. No, SCGs and there was another big event when I was growing up. Oh, it was like Grand Prix, and I think he was a PT player at one point. And so it's kind of insane to see somebody of that caliber purposefully building a deck that is not designed to win, but instead designed to just grind out your opponents. And what do you do when the person who maybe you're a fan of him, maybe you like his stuff. See, he asks you to not. It's like he asks you to not win. He asks you to draw or concede to him. Like you put, I think it's bad when the easiest solution to the game is not playing the game. Instead, it's leaning on somebody to concede to you. That's horrible. What's up, Stony? How you doing? Appreciate you being here. Why can't I skip this ad? Mic check 1 2. Boom. Perfect. All right, let's jump into this league. Because I love playing EDH. It was a lot of fun. Exactly, and I think that's honestly how it should be. Nothing against people who want to play CDH, but I think that it takes something that's naturally very relaxing and laid back and adds a lot of pressure to the situations, and honestly, it makes it really hard to relax. So I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it because I saw that post and I was like, wow, I can't imagine building a deck that isn't designed to win. Instead, it's designed to just go for as long as possible so that potentially you get to a point where, maybe your opponents play themselves and then they die, and then you're just left hanging out, I guess. It's a crazy way to play the game. Big shout out to Chris MTG 77. And away we go. 1, 2, 3. Sure. So if we get a putrid goblin, we have infinite mana that we can grab a Pashlik Mons. Trawlers are black source. Prowess. Bin's a lava dart. Oh, so we really don't want to play this Skirk. Bobble me. No response. But I'm building an Abzan commander deck that's just straight combos low. That would be a lot of fun for me. Yeah, I think, the cool thing is you can play powerful decks in EDH without it being like quote unquote CDH. That's just part of the game. There's a lot of powerful things you can do in Magic, and it doesn't necessarily make it competitive. I think a lot of it has to do with the mindset and like how you treat the game. Mutagenic, sure. Been a sorcery. It's a 5/5. They've been expressive. They have another one? No. Sack the mountain to dirt. Bins another mutagenic growth. Takes out the Skirk Prospector. Now I really want to hold this Bugger Trawler. Black source. No. I guess I'm just going to get this Mimic down. And I'll pass. Because if we draw a black land, we can Trawler them. Bolt the Mimic. Bins Steam Vents. They find another land. Now they fetch. Corey Steelcutter, sure. Yeah. They attack for 6. We go to 9. Black land off the top. Fetch land off the top. Boom. No. I mean, yeah, I'm going to get down this. Grumgully? They have any burn, I just die. Yep. GG's opponent. To the sideboards. This is one of those matchups specifically where I really want what is it? I really enjoy Chalice of the Void. Prowess is like one of those decks where I really want Chalice of the Void. Mainly because their removal is all 1 mana. And if I can keep them from killing by combo pieces, I'm in a pretty good spot. But this was just a really good draw from them. We do get to bring in some pretty good cards. So we can go sideboard. I guess against them. Bauble turns off Dart. Bauble might actually be good. Trophy's also pretty decent. I think Trophy's definitely better than Coco. And we could cut the Matrons too. It's just too slow of a matchup. Let's try it like this. Nope. This sounds interesting. But I don't think it does enough. Well, we go tapped Trawler, Shotgun Stomping Grounds, play a Curse Crafter. Next turn, we play Arena, Harbinger, put something on top. I mean, this at least has a piece of removal. We can bottom both the green cards. I think we bottomed the Ignoble and the Trophy. Which sounds crazy. But this Trawler could be good if they're on the DRC plan. Yep. Okay, I'm glad we bottomed the Ignoble. We will pay 2. Get down the Curse Crafter. Combat attack. Attack. What's up, bro? Appreciate you dropping in. Have you checked out the combo list 4-2 RCQ list from the Discord? 4-2 RCQ list. Let me check it out. I think you mean, are you talking about the Goblins Discord? I haven't seen that one yet, no. But I appreciate you dropping in, Scratch. Another DRC. Sure. Wobble. Bin's a Swift Spear. Yeah, we also play bauble, just a different kind of bauble. Ours is more vexing. I apologize for the bad pun. So they missed their land drop. Do we hit ours? Excuse me. We do not, but we get a snoop down. There is a land on top. I will attack. They had 2 looks at a draw. Unholy Heat my snoop. Sure. They left it on top, which means it's a land. Opponent's probably looking for a land. Yeah, definitely. Unholy Heat is pretty good. I guess they can flashback Lava Dart to kill my trawler. ETB on the stack. So it's not that great, but it is something. This is one of our harder matchups, 1000%. But I mean, 4-2 at an RCQ is huge. Like, that's really cool. Big salute to the legend. I do feel like the combo might be a little fragile right now, so I can see that. Preordain, pretty good. I mean, they're already pretty much there. Yeah, it's not looking good. Just get a skirk down. That's not good. I would like to block. At this point, we're just trying to buy time. Bin the Quarry Steel Cutter, give it to Lyrium. Oh, they already have an artifact. That's crazy. Yeah. Pass it over. Oh, 1000%. I mean, I love the combo. Even if it's bad, I probably will still keep playing it, even if the mid-range version is better, quote unquote better. I think I just have more fun playing the combo. Like, this version of the deck is probably not the greatest, but I did definitely want to test it. Just like jam as many combos as you can in the deck. I mean, it's pretty cool. I think that the version that I like to play is somewhere between all in on the combo, which this build is, or all in on combos, or on the other side of the spectrum, a very fast aggressive deck. Okay, Curse Crafter off the top. What's the best flip? Skirk, Snoop with Kiki Jiki on top with haste. I can make Infinitudes. Go to the end step, and then they die to the Curse Crafter. That is if I get to that point. Bins and Unholy Heat. Bins a Tarn. Bolt the Curse Crafter. Sure. It's the only thing that I could see that explains the binning the other Unholy Heat is they're just trying to find a burn spell for next turn. This is one of the hardest matchups because of the fact that they have so much removal. All right, let's take our turn. Yeah. Good game plan. Well played. Let's say that. GG's. Well played. Hey, you know what? Dying to Lightning Bolt. There's no purer way to lose than a bolt to the face. Okay. Let's run back, do one more. Let's see what we can find. This hand is not what we want. I mean, this hand's much better. Bottom second ignoble. I think we bottom the Pashalik Mons. Yeah. Let's try it like that. This will be better specific or worse specifically against Boros. Insert Boros player here. Goblin Guide. Whoa. I said, whoa, goblin on goblin action. Yeah, goblins versus burn. This is a classic matchup. I haven't played this in a very long time. Maybe. All right, Seal of Fire. Kill my ignoble hierarch. You will never find what a world to leave behind, and I always see you in my eyes. Rakdos Burn is pretty hot. No blocks. Oh my god, there's a conspicuous Snoop on top. That's crazy. Let's go green ignoble. Oh, that should have been our black source. F's in the chat. I guess we'll get a basic swamp. Curse Crafter. The burn hotness. That's good. I mean, to be fair, as long as the opponent keeps this Seal of Fire in play, I don't think we can combo off. They go after my face. That's not a good sign. Now they can skewer me. Skewer me. Oh no, I remember this. This is really bad. I remember losing 0-2 to a Chandra's Incinerator deck. It was pretty good. I have a 2/3 Death Touch, so they can't attack. Go to my turn. Oh my god, but we untapped with Coco mana. Let's get this Skirk down. Now we can go green, black, sack one of these. No response. Coco. I don't think that does it. Yeah, it's a 6/6 with trample. That's the problem. Pashlik Trawler. Log you. This is 2, 4, 6, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. 9 at max. I think we have to pass. Swift Spear, Lava Spike. When Lava Spike spikes me to 5, Incinerator lets them deal damage to my Curse Crafter. In response, I'll sack it. Shoot the Challenger's Incinerator for 1. Putrid Goblin is on top. Does that change the math? I don't think so, but if I had the Ignoble still, it might have. So we block like this. Take 4, go to 1. 3 Pashlake triggers. I get to go 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Oh, I can't count. Red, red, Snoop. Math checks. Favorite Jund Commander? Is it Kobold and Duel still? Favorite Jund Commander is definitely Crush the Blood Braided. Each braid is bound with bone and leather from one of his many foes. Is the flavor text, and I absolutely love it. Crush is a 5-mana 3/3 human barbarian. It's a legendary creature, human barbarian. Whenever a creature dies, you put X bone counters on Crush where X of that creature's power. Just absolutely insane. I think Corvold is like super. I don't want to say overplayed. The card is good, but I think that there's just so many other cool things you can do. And I think in this matchup, we should probably just run it back. We can bring in Assassin's Trophies, but I think the best thing that we can do is just jam and try to combo them out before they can burn us to death. But I appreciate you being here, Struckfuss. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Yeah, to lose to Chandra's Incinerator is, as the kids say, gas. That's pretty gas. I think this deck might have been a pipe dream. I'm gonna replay round 1 for y'all before or after this round, so you can see what got me really hyped about it, because we won our round 1. Against Mern? I don't think so. Oh, we should have kept. We should have kept. Oh, we should have kept all the pain. Bottom Sling Gang and a Putrid. Done. Play the Blood Crypt tapped. Pass it over. Alright. The mana base is bad. We need better lands. I'm really missing having access to Grist. Ragavan turn 1. Okay, land off the top so we can go Putrid Goblin on 2. Please. Oh my god. It's okay. It's okay. This is how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you have really bad hands. All right, take a non-land so I can draw land. See, Kiki Jiki, get it out of here. We didn't need it. Bolt my face, skewer the critics my face. Oh, probably just Chandra's Incinerator. I mean, 1 mana 6/6 Trampler. Turn, what is this, 2? Yeah, 1 mana 6/6 Trampler, turn 2. Quite good. Opponent, I feel very dead. Seal of Fire makes it a 2/3, then they can shock my face, put me to 10, which allows them to shock my Skirk, leave me with no blocks. That's 8. Is that lethal? Yeah. Suspend with Bolt. Seal of Fire my face. Then Chandra's Incinegrator. Yeah, no, I agree 1,000%. But look at this awesome replay from round 1. We've lost both these matches 0-2, but okay, we're gonna do a recap real quick of one of the coolest games that I've ever played. Okay, so playing against a random opponent, we mulligan down to 5. They play Wassup Teeth and pass. We go turn 1 Stomping Ground, Ignoble Hierarch. Then we pass. They crack, don't get a fetch land. Then they go Birthing Ritual on 2. I'm like, oh my god, it's the mirror. I play a Snoop on 2. I pass. They fetch for a land, cast a Shardless Agent. Shardless Agent cascades in a Birthing Ritual. They go to the end step. They sack the Shardless Agent. They grab a Magmatic Hellkite, hit my Stomping Ground, give me a tapped forest with a stun counter, then sack the Magmatic Hellkite to grab an Elish Norn. Half of my deck is ETBs. Then I untap, I draw, I Coco, or sorry, a Trawler. I don't have 4 mana left because the forest was still stunned. They Shardless Agent the next turn for a 3rd Birthing Ritual. They go to combat, hit me for 4. They go to the end step. They sack the Shardless Agent. They grab a Twin Shot Sniper, which is a goblin that ETBs to shock. They get to do it twice because Elish Norn. Then they sack that to the second thing to grab a Riddler, which draws them 2 cards. Then they sack that Riddler to the Elish Norn, or to the 3rd ritual, giving them an Omnath, which draws them 2 more cards. I untap, draw, play my land, pass, holding up Coco. They play a land, make mana with Omnath, and gain life. Play Staticaster, shoot down my blocker, attack, put me to 4, then crack a fetch. When that land enters, they shoot me for 4 off the Omnath because all the landfall triggers double trigger off Elvish Narn. That was game 1. Now, if we go back, I'm like, oh, that was bad. Now we go to game 2, and it's a lot better. We win the die roll. Oh, why am I don't get to make the decisions. So I have a turn 3 Magus, but I saw their deck. I don't think they play any basics. So I go Bloodstain Mire, pass. They go Flutterstrand, pass. I get a Surveil land, ban a land, go to my turn, draw another land, play a land, play Snoop. Snoop's a Lightning Rod for removal, hoping that they're going to play a land and kill Snoop. They play a land and pass. I go, okay, well, I'm going to jam. Jam Magus. They get a tap land, so now they don't have interaction. Magus gets down. I attack them for 2, put them to 15. Now, they don't have any mana sources besides red. So now I get to go draw, crash in for 4, put them to 11. But they blink, they evoke Solitude, getting the Magus gone. Second main, I get to crack my fetch. I get to keep a Putrid Goblin on top. I get to play a Grumgully. Pass, they get a Surveil land. Then they untap. They just pass, which is very suspicious. So then we draw. We get to play the Ignoble off the top. We get to shock in a Stomping Ground, get down a Putrid Goblin with haste and a Snoop with haste. Go to combat and attack. 3, 6, 9, 11. Staticaster bounce with a Snoop. They take 9, they go 3. Shardless Agent, Cascades, Birthing Ritual, End Step, sacks for a Starfield Vocalist, which doubles ETBs. But then we just get to go cast Coco, Solitude in response. Solitude is going to hit the Putrid Goblin, and because of the Starfield Vocalist, they can hit another creature. They hit my Grumgully. I get to get a Magus and a Cursecrafter. Then I have a Snoop on top. I get to sack or tap the Ignoble to cast the Snoop or the Skirk. Use the Skirk with the Cursecrafter to immediately sack my goblins to bolt them, and they concede. Like, actually insane. So we get there game 2. Game 3. Game 3, I have a Vexing Bauble hand, which stops the Shardless Agent. So they go land, I go land, Ignoble, pass. They Surveil, untap, holding up interaction, they pass. I go land, Birthing Ritual, Vexing Bauble, pass it over. Oh, sorry, end step. Trigger, look at cards, grab Snoop, pass. There's a Magus on top. They know they have to keep up interaction for Magus to be locked out of the game. Then we go to our turn. Untap, shock, play a Magus, attack with Snoop. They take the damage, end step, ritual triggered. I decline. I don't want to sack anything. They fire my Magus, hard cast Birthing Ritual, pass. Because they tapped out to hard cast fire on my Magus, I get to go to my turn, draw, play Harbinger, Kiki on top, combo off, kill them. Actually insane. But this is something very important to talk about. Is I felt like this list was very strong. I feel like there were some really cool things that we did. However, the core mechanics of all these games were just Snoop, Harbinger combo, and then Magus and good interaction. Birthing Ritual won us our games, and Magus bought us enough time to just kill them with aggro beats. So I don't think that the list that I'm playing right now is optimal and by any means, but I think that I definitely thought it was good because of that opening match. Realize the combo with Undying from Haunted One at Machias, using some blighted creature. Goblin wise, there's a Sour Bread or Black Goblin that surveils one when the creature dies. Yeah, exactly. It's got a really cool engine. Yeah, we have a lot of really interesting combos. If we go to before I jump off because I got to go to bed. If you talk about the combos in this deck, real quick, Struck, which I appreciate you being here, Struck. One jump, two. Oh, that's right. We were messing all this stuff up. So let's cut the matrons. Let's cut the Cocos. Cut the Cranko. Add back the Champion. Add back the Trash Master. Cut one Agathas and the Mimics. Cut the Curse Crafters. The Bombardment. One Grumgully. The Pashalik. Yeah, Trash Master. One Sling Gang. One Trash Master. I mean, oh, we played Mog Mob. What's up, Tim? Appreciate you dropping in. I'm doing good. You know, we're working on the list. You know, we're about to jump off actually, but we've been testing the Grumgully combo with Putrid Goblin and the Sack Outlet. There's a lot of really cool combos in this deck actually. Not only do we have the Snoop Harbinger combo, which is the bread and butter, we have the Putrid Goblin plus Grumgully plus Sling Gang or Bombardment combo. What about adding a ringleader? I mean, I like ringleader. You know, you don't have to push me really hard to add a ringleader. We could put the Trash Master in the board, I guess. Kind of like that. Grist plus Grumgully plus Agathas is infinite insects. Grist plus Kikijiki under Agathas is infinite infinite dudes. There's just a lot of value here. So we could go sideboard aside. Oh, I guess we could go munitions. Oh, I can't spell. Munitions expert. 1, 2. I really want to go up on lands. Cut an arena. Cut a blood crypt. Cut a stomping ground. We go wooded foothills. Then we also go scalding Tard. Yeah, I agree. I think that red cap is just a little bit too slow. I was testing red cap for a bit. Just didn't feel great. So 3 stomping grounds, 3 foothills, 4 Myers, 3 blood crypts, 2 Tarns. I guess we could go 2 wooded foothills. 2 it loses to 8. We want 9 fetches. Add 1 to the deck. We could technically play Verdant Catacombs. Over Scalding Tarns because it can grab the like matching basics. 22 lands, 25 if we count Trawler. 61 cards. I mean, I like this. I like this a lot. I think this is pretty close to what we were playing before. I like the idea of Shadowstorm. I mean, it's really hard for me not to play. I guess we could play one Grist in the side, one Magus in the main, and then we can flip these slots if we need to. Oh, we really wanted to play Mog Mobs too. Are we going to set up Snoop combo stuff? Because if you play an Imperial Seal with a Snoop and you put a Kiki-Jiki on top, the way that you win is you make infinite dudes on their end step. Then you go to your turn, you untap with them, and you attack. But that loses to a bunch of things, like if they just combo kill you or if they board wipe you, like at instant speed with fire magic. If you have Harbinger, at the end of the loop after you make infinite dudes, you can copy the Harbinger to change the top card to a Sling Gang to just have a way to instantly throw all your stuff at them. It's a way to win on the spot opposed to like waiting. Grumgully's cool, Putrid Goblin's cool, Agatha's is cool. I think it's worth the extra slots. Is Bombardment worth it? I mean, Bombardment might not be. Maybe we play one Bombardment, one Agatha's. One Putrid Goblin, one Grumgully. What would this allow us to play? 1, 2 Mogs. We've got 3, then this is 8, 13, 10 if we count these as lands. Two Assassin's Trophies, 2 Spheres, 2 Shatterstorms. We can put Fatal Push in. I mean, I think Bombardment might be worth it. So this is the third piece there. This is the third piece there. This is the fourth piece. And then we have 3 baubles against Affinity. I guess against Affinity we also have Trash Master. I mean, I kind of like this. It's a little bit more flexible. More lands, because I really have been struggling with all these 1-land hands. Double Mog Mob, Trawlers, Grumgully, Ringleader is the best card advantage card we have. I mean, I also really like the idea of having a Sting Scourger or 2. And then I also want to have a Grub if we're trying to grind. Yeah, I mean, Harbinger is arguably by itself the worst card in the deck. But it is really important for being able to win on the spot. And it got a lot better when we added Birthing Ritual, because then when you go to the end, you like play Harbinger, put a card on top, immediately pod into it, because Harbinger allows you to grab everything besides Kiki-Jiki out of the deck by sacking it. But I agree, Harbinger is not a very impressive card. And if you find a card that you want to cut for it, by all means, be my guest. But I think it's worth it in some matchups. Agatha's is cool. Putrid Goblin. I mean, Sting Scourger is part of our removal package. So is Bombardment. Agatha's goes with the Putrid Goblin. I mean, Agatha's not being able to be potted into, Bombardment not being able to get potted into is tough. I like the idea of having a second Sting Scourger. I like the... What am I doing? Where did everything go? I like the idea of adding a Grub. Jesus Christ. 2 Sting Scourgers, 2 Munitions. 1 Putrid seems fine. 1 Grumgully seems fine. Put the Maguses in the board. These are our like grindy cards. Then I have 16 on the board. Oh, that makes sense. I think Commander is pretty similar to playing these Eternal formats. It's just how you build the deck, right? I guess we could cut the Grist. 3 Grists is probably too many. These are all 2-ofs. We don't play Agathos, but Putrid Goblin, Grumgully. I guess if we don't play Bombardment, that combo is worse. Add like a Ringleader, add a Sling Gang. Cut the Champion for another Munitions Expert. I mean, I just like having the opportunity to pot into these things and pick them up with Grub seems great. Like Sting Scourger into Ritual is great, and then Ritual into Sting Scourger is also great. I mean, I'll try this. It seems fine. All right, I really appreciate y'all watching. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoy Goblins content, if you enjoy us, we ramble, hit like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more, support the channel, $1 a month, because you name it out on every stream. I'm going to read off the members, and I'm going to crash. It's a little bit later stream today, but I went out to dinner with my parents and my girls, so I got to get the streaming. But from the top, Alpha Ronan, Tim's Top Decks, Elias Sutter, The Darth New, ADDY 100K, Jared Munsterman, and Annan, Riverio, Cypher 777, The High Wumpus, AJR, B Rhyme, Garvisker, Sliver of Nope, Scott McIntosh, Javier Hugo, Valeroth, Yormiger, Terrieth, Nita Brito, Checker Philosophy, The Green Ranger, Stanton McCain, Danny Alexandria, The Sergeant Farmer, Hilltop Pelthy, This Real Stony, and you. Thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. Stony, I hope you have a beautiful night. I'll see you Friday, bro. And until next time, peace.